Kala Sangam at Sri Dharni Gallery. I've come for this exhibition, Stray Birds. It is by Roy and Cazlet. So it's a journey together. That means both of them have put up the exhibition together. So one side we have Roy's paintings and the other side we have Cazlet's. The curator Jyotirmoy Bhattacharya has written, his note is quite interesting. So while I read, I'll just show you some photos. It says, while walking through the roads of life, we often encounter moments that leave an indelible mark on us, quietly shaping the course of our future journeys. These moments rarely announce themselves. They emerge unexpectedly from the bedlam of chance meetings, spontaneous conversations, lived experiences, and unforgettable people. At the time they occur, they may seem fleeting or ordinary. Yet, in retrospect, where was I reading? Yeah, in retrospect, they reveal their profound significance. Life often feels like a journey along a flowing river where the ghats, that is a designated space with steps that provide access to the river, similarly resemble the many phases we move through: childhood, discovery, struggle, transformation, and reflection. He's really written it well. And the curator further writes that both artists are passionate about capturing life on the move, taking their sketchbooks everywhere and using them at every opportunity. And he writes that their work almost functions like visual journals. How beautifully he writes that they're like visual journals, serving as archives of lived experiences that preserve moments that might otherwise fade into obscurity. So through drawing, painting, and keen observation, they document the world around them while also reflecting on their inner landscape. So in this sense, the exhibition becomes a conversation between two artists, between two journeys, and between two ways of seeing the world. Their works remind us that artistic practice is not merely about representation, but about understanding our place within the ever-changing currents of life. And perhaps like the ghats along a river, this exhibition too offers moments of pause, a space where memories, encounters, an artistic journey coverage before continuing their onward flow. So that's Indra Pramit Roy, and these paintings here are as a result of his trip to Egypt. So he writes that coming from an ancient land myself, I wondered why our civilization was so obsessed with the afterlife. The cult of the dead was so pervasive that it is quite common to find cats, dogs, and even crocodiles mummified. So he talks about another civilization sustained by a river flowing through the desert. The first view from the air was that of the green patch of fertile land along the floodplain of the Nile that highlighted the expansive desert that rolls on both sides of this thin green strip. The Egyptian landscape with its sandbags, rugged terrain, rock faces, where not a blade of grass grows. So he names the paintings as Egypt Sweet. He writes that the landscape might be triggered by its theatricality or serenity, and the purely retinal, but it gets internalized eventually and starts reflecting our parallel universe. Look at this. These are the painting in watercolor. Egypt is sweet. This is in dry paste. This is Mirage. A memorial. Again, it's his Egypt experience. That is Mark's painting, titled A Soul's Journey, and it's with acrylic paint, inks, pastels, wax crayons on applique canvas. Look at it. Beautiful. Mark Cazlet, Dawn Illumination. There. Deepwood, he titles it Dawn Meditation. Mist and mountains, ebb and flow of insight. Paper collage and drawing. In continuation, that is the same mist and mountains, ebb and flow, insights 1. Well, that's Mark Cazlet, and he talks about his time here in Baroda, and he talks about his Professor Ghulam Muhammad Sheikh, and he talks about this formative period in the MS University of Baroda were formative and stimulated every aspect of consciousness, he says. So here he also mentions that in 2018 he went to Kyoto to work alone, craving the same intensity of experience, this time drawing solely in the city's Zen gardens, an 8-week research trip. It was that reoriented the understanding of my concerns, color, space, and distinction between motive and subject matter, visual rhythm, and a certain metaphysical encounter. It also provoked a deeper engagement with my material media. So all of that. So here we have this exhibition, Stray Birds, Journey Together, Roy and Cazlet. Rhymes with Hazlitt, William Hazlitt. I remember his to read his books. So the title Stray Birds, interestingly, is because they traveled all over freely like free birds. That's what I'm told, and really, I mean, one part of the exhibition is from Egypt, and the other one is Japan. Just beautifully done, beautifully curated, beautifully done. It's wonderful to be out here. And another important thing that I've come across, that Indra Brahmi pursued his studies at Vishwa Bharati University, that is Shanti Niketan. So he has a lot of maybe Rabindranath Tagore in him, for sure. That's it. And here we have a young lady sketching a way to glory. And that too me, can you imagine? Can you beat it? I'm absolutely honored